Hedera Hbar. So a $5 million partnership was just dropped yesterday, and it is in the gaming and metaverse industry. So the bombshell was dropped, and if any of you Hbar holders are fans of gaming or metaverse like myself, then you are definitely going to want to tune into this one because it is very exciting. We will be taking a look at this in depth, and we will also be having a look at our newest council member called BitGo. There are a few clips that I do want to show you. In addition to this, we will be having a look at the price action of both Source and Hbar token today. So all I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So let's take a look at that $5 million partnership that was announced. So we have Neo Tokyo over here is excited to announce a major partnership and $5 million grant program with Dropper.io. So Dropper.io is a launchpad and marketplace for gaming on Hedera and Hbar Foundation. So they are focused on creating the most valuable network with utility offering for builders in Web3 gaming, and citizen gaming builders can now utilize the Hedera ecosystem to the fullest and kickstart their next stage of growth, meaning that this is going to help the developers when it comes to building with gaming. So we have over here the 100 plus citizen companies propelling gaming into a new era, utilizing the most valuable network for builders and investors. And you'll see over here that we have the gaming as well as platforms and SaaS, NFTs, art, and utility and alpha and investments, and quite a large portfolio. And essentially what Neo Tokyo is, it is that medium. So it is a collection of all of the builders, developers, founders, and investors who strongly believe crypto gaming and metaverse experiences will take over the world. So what they are doing is they really are bridging that gap between the builders that want to create the game as well as the investors that want to actually put capital into these games to further increase their growth. And so I think that it's absolutely fantastic that we've been able to get that connection, because Neo Tokyo is going to be able to provide us with that. And it says over here that they are aiming to build the crypto gaming Illuminati and the Soho house for the future key players in the crypto gaming space. And they believe that uniting the smartest people in this industry in a single networking group will give us a tremendous edge as crypto gaming grows from its current infancy into a global power. I mean, we do know that crypto gaming is quite large anyway. A lot of people have been investing into crypto gaming tokens. And when it comes to diversifying your portfolio, I think that crypto gaming should be one that is on your list. Again, they have said that it's a networking group for people who want to develop the gaming metaverse. And it's also a group that builds utilities that helps this goal via applications and tools that the community uses and powers with their crypto token called Bytes. And you can also join the community as well if you do want to build in this space. And I just thought that I would show you their marketplace that we have. So you'll see over here that we have their collections. We have a total volume of $67,000 and with a floor price of 9.73 ETH with 343 holders. Guys, I do think that this is pretty good for Hedera. We are seeing more and more growth for the ecosystem, especially with this $5 million partnership. And I'm so glad that it's happening in the gaming and metaverse industry. Again, when it comes to that networking, it is bringing those industry experts in terms of the developers as well as the investors both together, and so that we can make that link and have a much more strategic partnership. Now, in relation to our newest addition onto the governing council, we have BitGo. And so BitGo is a company where they offer custody services, and we have the director of platform sales that joined them on their Gossip About Gossip podcast. So we're going to be taking a look at a few of the clips that I have picked out for you guys.
What is BitGo, mission, vision? What do you all aim to do?
Absolutely. We tend to describe BitGo as probably the largest name or oldest name even in digital assets that most people haven't heard of, because we kind of sit in the ecosystem just under the hood, out of sight of most, I think, retail participants in crypto. Our role is as a qualified custodian, meaning we hold digital assets in a regulated bankruptcy remote structure on behalf of investors, on behalf of retail users who may trade their crypto through an exchange that's one of our clients. And we also serve as a wallet service provider. So we provide software for other companies to build their retail-facing or B2B applications that might have need for a wallet. So you can think of this as both a qualified custodian as well as a wallet services provider.
So likely any enterprise or financial services company that has been holding crypto or dealing with crypto for some time will know BitGo.
Absolutely. Probably one out of the 3 exchanges in the world uses BitGo somehow underneath the hood. We are now custodian for some of the larger ETFs out there who are they're recently launched Bitcoin ETFs. We are also custodian for FTX as they go through the bankruptcy process. We provide services for El Salvador for their Bitcoin wallets. We also work in the corporate and enterprise market. We provide wallets for Nike's dot switch program.
All right, so lots of work happening behind the scenes with lots of big.
So at first glance, you may have not recognized or even heard of BitGo, but as he said with a few of those stats, 1 in 3 exchanges, and they've also been a custodian in terms of the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Now we could potentially be seeing the Ethereum ETFs coming out soon, and maybe even some other altcoin ETFs. So they're going to be involved in that. They are also involved with the FTX case as well. So whilst you may have not heard of BitGo, they're very much active in these large cases.
Brands and folks who are trusting you to help them navigate this journey. So tell us a little bit, you have been working with Hedera and the various members of the ecosystem for some time. But again, I think a lot of your work happens behind the scenes. So can you share with us how that relationship has evolved over the last few years?
I think as all of our relationships with foundations and L1 start, it begins with support of the token or the chain in BitGo custody and wallets. And what that means is anyone building on BitGo, again, exchange, an application, an enterprise, the moment BitGo supports Hedera, then anyone else who offers what they do or builds on what they do using BitGo can then offer Hedera to their client base. And so that relationship goes back several years at this point. We are happily working with the foundation to not only support custody of the tokens, but we're also building some cool stuff now. We're looking at some staking. We're looking at some things related to tokenization. We custody several billion units of Hedera today, and we're looking to help grow that as we grow the ecosystem together.
So, of course, custody will always remain one of the most important factors when it comes to institutions. So it's great to see that. In addition to this, I also found out that earlier on in the year, BitGo actually bought a firm out called Brassica, and this was in relation to them accelerating tokenization, and because we know that it is a growing industry. Now, they didn't actually disclose any sort of details in relation to the deal, so I'm not quite sure how much they bought them out for. However, the CEO has made a statement and he said, I think you're going to start to see everything coming into tokenization in some form. And this is not going to be an overnight thing. It is over the next 5 years, but I think we'll see a big shift. And so they have made that acquisition in order to get into the tokenization space. Now let's have a look at the price action of Source today. We are currently trading at 0.2225. On the 1-day chart, we are up by 2.13%, and for the volume, we are up by 23.43%. We are trading at $4.16 million. So volume is up nicely, and we have now hit another all-time high again at 22 cents. The last time I checked this price, it was at 21 cents. So in the earlier hours of the morning for today, we were trading at 0.2181, so we were just below that 22-cent mark. But for the 7-day chart, we did take a dip. We went to 19 cents on the 23rd of February, and then we went to 18 cents on the 25th, and we were able to spike up to that 0.1978 in the morning. We had another spike to 21 cents on the 26th of February, and then we actually took a dip to 0.1965. It was just playing with that 19-cent mark, but the highest that we went to was 23 cents, so that's our all-time high now at 0.2306. But still, we are pretty high in general and not far from that mark. On the 1-month chart, we are up by a nice 152.67%. A lot of people would have been taking profits, especially at the 15-cent region, because you would have doubled your money essentially, and especially if you got in Source below that 5-cent mark, you definitely would have been able to quadruple your money. So pretty good stuff coming in from Source being at 22 cents. Great price action, and it has really outperformed compared with other altcoins. On the 1-year chart, we are up by 820.76%. Not only is it a good token, but it's a great project as well. Now let's take a look at the price of Hbar. We are sitting in 31st place. For the current price, we are trading at 0.117. On the 1-day chart, we are down by 1%. and in the earlier hours of the morning we were trading at the same price really. On the 1 week chart we are up by 3.6%. We started off the week at 0.112 and then we came down to 0.104. We did have this spike up here to 0.118. We went down to 0.106. So we went below that 11-cent mark, but we were able to climb back up again to 12 cents. And as of now, we are just edging towards that 12 cents at 0.117. On the 1 month chart, we are up by a nice 55.9%. So we increased from 49% to nearly 56%. Our price target for HBAR was 10 cents initially and then 12 cents. However, we could potentially see a retracement back to the 10-cent mark and possibly to the 9-cent mark if we have a bit of a bearish sentiment. But if we are a bit bullish, we should be able to stay within the mid-range of 11 cents and possibly the lower end of 11 cents too. But let's see if it can hold this 12-cent range. Guys, if you want daily Hedera HBAR coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.